Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is, I think, the third episode on my Cooking with Victoria series. I'm still getting over a little bit of a sickness. I do believe that I have had COVID. I was with a friend last week and then she got sick the next day. And then 3 days later, I got sick. And she got tested and she did get tested positive for COVID, and thankfully it has gotten so much better, but the only thing is that I still sound nasally like this, and I have absolutely zero sense of smell or taste, so it is kind of a bad time to be making this video. I'm like making hot chocolate, which is so delicious, but I can't taste anything. But the reason why I want to film this is because I don't know when I'm gonna get my senses back. Some people who've messaged me have said like a couple weeks, and then other things say like 10 days. So it has been now 10 days since I have gotten sick. But since the holidays are coming up super fast, I just wanted to make this since it's very festive. But who cares, because I have had this hot chocolate so many times. It's a recipe that I made up years ago. I want to say like 8 years ago. I looked up the best hot chocolate recipes or something, and I followed this one, ladies, and I really loved it, but I kind of have like made it my own now and have kind of like changed things, and I have no idea what the original recipe was, so I can't even like give her somewhat of a credit. This is something that I have just kind of, I guess, created over the years, and it has become like my signature thing in my house, in my family's house. And I put up on Instagram a little story of it and asking you guys if you wanted to see it, and I got tons of responses saying yes, please show me. So let me show you what you will need, because it's very simple. But what you will need are some measuring spoons, your milk, which I've actually already measured this out. This is just the way I like to do it, is taking whatever cup you're using for your hot chocolate, pouring your milk, a milk amount in there. For me, it's always roughly around 1 cup. But I did 2 of them since I'm making one for Tommy, and it's like pretty much exactly at 2 cups. So this is based off of a 2-cup recipe, so you can obviously change it however you like. We have a little bit of salt, our cocoa powder. This one is from Trader Joe's, very good. This one is like very rich in flavor, so I really love it. I also really like the I think it's Hershey's chocolate powder, the unsweetened one, but this is the one I have right now, and I really do love this one. We have some sugar, then we have half and half, which is for the last step. This is kind of something that I have just kind of like made up over the years doing. It's like my last little finishing touch, and I think it really makes it delicious. So half and half, and of course whipped cream. You could definitely make your own. I personally, for hot chocolate, love the ready whipped cream. I don't think homemade whipped cream is as delicious in hot chocolate. I do love homemade whipped cream for like cakes and desserts and stuff. But yeah, I definitely like this one for my hot chocolates. So that is all you need, and let me show you how to make it. So we did also forget to mention that you will need just like a little bit of water. That is what's gonna go in the pan first. Also, this is my newest addition. I love it. I got it from Marshall's, and it's like a really pretty speckled look. I love it. I have been making so much in here because it's so unbelievably non-sticky. The non-stick material that they use, it's so good. So I really love this pan. That is what I'm gonna be using for my hot chocolate. I would say you probably need that much water for the amount of hot chocolate I'm making, and I put it on pretty high. I would say this is key to making really good hot chocolate. Starting off by mixing your cocoa powder with water and making like a paste. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this into almost like a paste. It just makes everything so much smoother. There's no clumps from the chocolate at the bottom. It's a very important step in your hot chocolate, I find. I have 4 tablespoons of hot cocoa, heaping tablespoons. So for every cup, I do 2 tablespoons. So there's 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder in here. And then I have 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar. So 1.5 for every cup. We're really gonna whisk this until it's very smooth and creamy. Okay, so it's getting nice and thick. And that is when I add in my milk. And what I'm gonna do now is turn up the heat even higher. I'm going to whisk this until it comes to a roaring boil. So we wanna make sure that it's as frothy and thick and foamy as possible. Oh, and I also forgot to mention that I did add my pinch of salt in here. So it's starting to boil and it's kind of like coming up. That is perfect. It definitely makes it super nice and frothy and foamy and thick. So now we're gonna ladle this into our mugs. The next step I'm gonna do is kind of random. This is what I feel makes it. So I just have some shaken half and half, and you could froth this in a frother or however you wanna do it. And I literally pour it, let's get all that frothy goodness. I pour it right in the middle. So just like a little bit, but I just pour it right in the middle, and then we're going to top it off with whipped cream. And I don't have a proper tiny sifter, so I'm using this tea strainer, but I just put a little bit of cocoa powder in it, and I'm just going to dust that right on top. I can't really show you because I would spill it if I tilted it. You could definitely sprinkle this with some salt to make it like more salty on top, but I just do a dusting of cocoa powder. This has honestly been my favorite hot chocolate for forever. Definitely not as sweet and sugary as like your packaged hot chocolate. It's so good. And you can definitely add more sugar if you want, add less sugar. This has just been a favorite of mine for a very, very long time, and a favorite of honestly like my whole family and friends. I know a lot of people use vanilla in theirs. You can do that too, which would be really good. But this is just the recipe that I always come back to making. I just love it so much. Even though I don't have my taste back completely, I can just taste how good this is still, because I can still taste sweet things and salty, sour things. Like I could still taste all of that, but not like, I can't taste really like the cocoa powder in this, because that's kind of a more like distinct flavor. So that is how I make my famous hot chocolate. I make this every year, so many times throughout the year, and it's really become one of my favorites. One of these times I will make homemade marshmallows with it, because I love the taste of homemade marshmallows and I love the taste of marshmallows in my hot chocolate. So I think one of these days I will make that. But that's all for this video. There's not a lot to making hot chocolate, but the way I do it is just a little bit more specific. I thought a video would be a lot more helpful than an Instagram post or something like that, even though I will be posting this on Instagram. But it's definitely a lot easier to see someone make something and just like see how they do it all. So that is why I wanted to create this video for you guys. And if you do decide to try it or try any of my other recipes, definitely let me know, or tag me on Instagram so I can see it. I know some people have made some so far and have messaged me. That definitely makes me really, really happy when I see other people making my creations. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel. Bye guys.